Hey, honey, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing fine. How
All
about
right,
you?
I'm coming to you live. I'm coming to you. I love having lunch with you. This late lunch. Tell me about your week.
It's been a week. Um,
Really?
can't complain. It's almost over. I actually been working pretty hard. Getting into the office 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, and but then I'll leave about 12 or 1. But I just get a lot done.
Yeah,
So
when
it's
nobody's there, I can
yeah,
imagine.
yeah.
You were saying a little something before I hit that live button. I think you excited about coming home.
Of course.
Okay, that carnivore diet is something else. All right. So tell me about your eating because I know that was like a big thing. You're on the road, and we'll say this once again. When we are away from the house, we eat more than once. I know that Wendy's
Well, no,
out.
no, no, no. When I'm in Atlanta,
Hold on. Uh, hold on. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did that right. Hey, Shayla from Denver, Colorado. Hey, boo, how are you?
yeah,
You want me to skip that conversation? Because you didn't do that in the chat.
I ain't do that in the chat.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah,
no,
yeah, there's a
I know
reason
you
for it.
didn't cheat. I know you didn't cheat, even though I am getting ready to tell on you. So y'all, uh, my husband had a confession to me. And it's funny how this diet, this lifestyle will kind of do that to you. Um, we were talking about the longevity in what it is that we're doing. And then he doesn't like to do anything that would trip somebody else up. But I want the community to know this is your walk. Okay. I think of this like the church. Everybody goes to church. There are some people in church that only listen to gospel music, but they all still go to church. There's some people in church that listen to, gospel rap, and then some just listen to secular music. There's some people in church that don't drink at all. There's some people that believe a little wine is okay, it's good for the stomach. And then there's some people that we know will drink a lot. We know that there's some smokers in church. So we don't turn around and say, you can't be here, you smell like smoke, you this, you that. That's not what this community is about. So this is your walk in your health. And I think a lot of this is coming from because I just got off with a young lady um, that I am working with her in her first 30 days. Actually, she's made it through her 30 days and we still chat. And that's one of the things that we're talking about, finding your footing. And it never fails. On your first 30 days, you feel like, okay, so after these 30 days, because Frederick, you and I did this, after the 30 days, now I'm gonna introduce some cheese, or I'm gonna introduce some this, and I'm gonna introduce some that, because you're still changing your mindset. It blows you away the thought of having meat for the rest of your life, especially if you're younger. And so then what? You mean to tell me I can't have this? If that's what you want to do, I say at least wait 30 to 60 days so your body will have some form of adjustment. So as you're doing things, having, something, you can know if it's affecting you or not. That to me is the biggest thing. So, hubby over there, when he gets to the hotel, shh, don't tell nobody, they had these little pieces of chocolate. Instead of that joker throwing the chocolate away, that's his one little thing. He had that little chocolate, but let me tell you, God don't like ugly. So he waited to get off because that's the only place to get him right there when he go there. But he took it into work, and somebody walked in the midst of him biting, and she was like, "Oh!" almost like she saw the pastor drinking some wine or something. And that was just so funny. He was like, listen, don't tell my wife. Uh, one of those things. But I know that I know that, that's nothing that happens with him often. None of that. And so for me, keep in mind, I was vegan before. And then when I became carnivore, it was like, oh yeah, meat. And then I started thinking about stuff that I used to eat, and now you still can't eat that. So let me just share with y'all what my thing is that I want to have: two thighs from Church's Chicken, but I already know it's not cooked in the right oil. I already know that. So I'm playing back and forth. Do I go and try it and just see? Because this is my walk. This is what it is that I do. And then if something happens, then it's like, oh yeah. Mm-mm. But you can't tell me about the seed oil when I've been using vegetable oils for what, 40 years? Because Crisco used to come out, I want to say it was lard, and then it turned around and got high tech and started calling itself vegetable oil, whether it is the liquid or in the canister. So I've been eating like that. What a piece of chicken gonna do? I don't know. So what did you think about Monday's show? Your turn.
I enjoyed Monday's show as always, and you know, talking you guys talking about your successes, and I think it's fascinating when I get an opportunity to listen to people's successes, and Laura is the one that when she starts talking about some of her patients and how they reverse type 2 diabetes. I mean, that's amazing. It's amazing to know that something that we've been told that you got to live with for the rest of your life, that's not true. You know, you can overcome a lot of the issues that we find ourselves suffering from now. So, I think that's that's just amazing to me. You
It
know, and,
is.
uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Robin, and I get a kick out of listening to Robin get fascinated about someone that she's impacted, and unbeknown to her,
That's
they've
the
been
thing.
watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been watching and listening, and I think it was Deborah. I think it was one of the ones that had been listening to her, and she came on and she shared her story. So that's amazing to me. I love hearing and seeing that, and of course Rebecca. I mean, I'm just so I'm just so in awe with that family and what they're doing.
Mhm.
Her and Louie and what they're doing with their 8 kids. And we just had this conversation with Carnivore Kip last night.
Mhm.
And with his 2-year old, and I brought up the Carnivore family because I think anybody with kids really um, should take a listen. I'm not saying you got to do anything, but just listen and see what that family
It's
is doing.
education.
I think it's awesome. And then we often talk about how do we solve this problem? How
Mhm.
how do we get to the root of this problem, right? And
Mhm.
and and if we really want to solve this problem generationally, it has to start with us transferring this knowledge to our kids. And that's the only way you can do it, you know. And I find it, I think for me, and we don't have any little kids now. We got little grandkids, but at the same time, we know and we understand that the earlier you can get to these kids and keep that sweet taste out of their mouth so that they don't come become addictive to it,
Mhm.
addicted to it,
Mhm.
the better your chances are for them to migrate around some of the issues that can happen later on in life. And that's the thing with it. Mm,
You need to take that?
um, yeah, I do.
Okay,
Um,
just
so
So push it. Here. Go ahead, take it. I muted you. Go ahead. He need to take the call. Well, I'm gonna add this while he's on that call. Listen, because he's still classified at work. Here's my thing. I remember Rebecca saying she gets a lot of flack on her channel, and I can actually see some people now. Forget the fact that you are putting this extra sweet juice in the baby bottles. Some kids' teeth are rotten. You have all of that going on, but I can see some people trying to even report someone on the carnivore diet, thinking that uh they're mistreating the kids. What you mean they don't have any fruit? What you mean they can't have a piece of cake? What you mean? That's all a part of being a kid. But look at our kids today. the these are not I'm turning 60. These kids now have issues that I didn't even hear about when I was a kid growing up, and we are uh playing. I had a whole hour of recess. So we had not a whole hour. Our lunch was a whole hour. You were in that cafeteria and you got out of that cafeteria and you was at least 40 minutes on the playground. They had our particular playground had that black top. It had the bases already painted down. It was in that corner over there. They used to throw the balls and stuff out. You can get a game of kickball going. They used to bring out a bag. You could have some jump ropes in it. You have all of that stuff. When the teacher blew the whistle, everybody had to line up with their classrooms and went back in, and we collected everything. I don't know how they're doing things now. What breaks do kids have? We live in what I classify as a rural area. The town that I live in, I didn't say city, the town that I live in has two hospitals. We don't have a movie theater. We don't have uh we have a rec we have some rec centers, but there's nothing. What entertainment? You ready? You back?
wait a minute.
There you go. I got you back.
Okay.
We don't have any of that here in our area. What is it that the kids have? And you just can't send your kids outside like you used to, because you got Chester riding down the street, might scoop them up. And for me, I even in the subdivision where we live, sometimes I get upset where the parents are in the front yard versus the backyard, and then you want to put these signs out that kids are playing, put their tails in the backyard. You sitting in the front yard for your own self. And remember the one family we would ride by and the kids would do the big wheel out the driveway and go across. I'm happy that the kids are outside. I really am. The way that they're living now is nothing like when I was growing up. Uh, we had, yeah, just everything is different. So what I was saying when you were on the call is that she talks about the fact that she gets flack
Mm,
from the audience because you are depriving your children. There's because people can't even see us as adults eating only meat. So what did the other people do growing up that got us here, our ancestors? That's how they ate. So why all of a sudden people feel that uh but I no, here's the thing. I used to feel that way when people force their kids to be vegan. But this is when I believed in veganism. But yet still, it was like, good gracious, the kid ain't even getting meat. So I can see that because we have been taught and trained in a entirely different way. And so, yeah, that's my 2 cents on that one. And I know yesterday we did carnivore Kip. If you guys have not seen carnivore Kip, his story is remarkable to me. It's nothing where he was 600 pounds and now he's 100 pounds. It's nothing like that. He's been a little over a year, and he shares his ups and downs. And I ended up asking him, what's where's your end game for carnivore? Is it like once I lose X amount of weight, um, you know, you're going to try and use moderation because Kip is young. And
Yeah.
so I think about that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't mind being carnivore turning 60. I'd have had a whole lifetime of eating what I want to eat, but he even shared that he had sweet tea in his bottle. Has nothing to do with parenting. We do what it is that we know. And it's like I had tea, you had tea, my mama had tea, my grandmama had tea. What's wrong with tea? Our entire generation. A lot of times people say this is hereditary. No, you're just eating the same foods. It's like, well, I'm gonna break the curse of I don't want to have high blood pressure. My whole family has high blood pressure because of what they eat. You're not passing down the high blood pressure gene. It is what you have been eating. So
Yeah.
that's another thing. But I enjoyed talking with them. And yeah, yeah, I really, really did. And you guys can find that interview on our channel as well. And
Yeah,
then
that
next week,
it
go
was a
ahead.
little disheartening when I heard Rebecca say some of the negative feedback that she's gotten on her channel for what she's doing. And people y- that can be expected, especially when you don't understand, what's really going on, don't understand what the root or the sources of the issues are. And it's easy to prejudge someone not having all when you don't have all the information. So I think that's what's really happening. But I still commend her and Louis for what they're doing and how they're doing it. And honestly,
Hmm.
the kids are going to benefit. When the kids get older, you raise up a child in which the way they should go. When they're older, they won't depart. But kind of paraphrase here a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, but even if they drift away when they get older, and if they find themselves with issues, they will have the tool set, the knowledge to know that, hey, my mom and dad, this is what we were doing. Let me go back down that path and see if I can correct what's going on. So they planted the seed basically.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's all we can do. That's what we said last night on the interview with Kip. Is we're just planting seed. That's all we do. We're planting seed, and and hopefully that enough people will um, listen. They
Hmm.
will do the research, and I think once you do the research and you listen to what the doctors are saying, that's key. It's one thing listening to us who give our testimony. We could be a one off, two off here or there. But when you listen to the science behind it,
Hmm.
it begins to make sense. When you listen to them talk about the data, the research, and the lies that have been perpetrated over the years, and and
Hmm.
and 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 the money that was made or is being made behind keeping us sick. It all makes sense. And when you understand that and really take a close look at it, um, I think it'll change your tune, but you got to do a little research. So
So that takes me, since we're talking about kids, as you were talking, I thought about what is something else that, because of what we've been taught, vaccines. So we know now when we were growing up, I don't even know what that one vaccine that we still got a mark on our arm. I don't even know. I don't even know what that one was. And I think to myself, what did you do to my skin that it never like healed back? So but we didn't have to get as many as they do now. And then they want to say the vaccines are causing like, autism and all. It's the food. It is the food. I really, really believe, and you can space out the vaccines, but I brought that up to say when you see a parent that wants to what they feel do the best for their child, we as a community come down on them. Now, the difference with vaccines and the way that you're eating is that if your child has not had their shots, and then they end up with the measles, the mumps, polio, or whatever, um, and they can spread it. That is different from this carnivore lifestyle that we can go back and look over time that this is how we were eating and just examine the baby and watch their teeth, watch their vision, uh, watch their if you have to do the blood work. And it's like, whoa, it's pretty good. So yeah, to me, that is the difference. But a lot of it is just like what we've been taught. So I'm not going to make this long. Let's talk about the future. You and I are interviewing Kent Carnivore next Tuesday.
Mm,
And
yes.
and I know, look, you got a man crush on him for the carnivore community because I know his channel, his story, everything. I think I'm gonna let you take the lead on that one. So be ready because uh I know I almost don't even want to be on the interview. I just want to sit there and watch. So I'm excited about that particular interview. And so we have that coming up. I am super excited about what I'm doing with um, YouTube and what we're doing with hanging with the Browns, trying to get the best information out there, trying to always share our lives, share what it is that we're doing. We got a lot planned for the year. And keep in mind, it is our 20th anniversary this year. You and I have been together for 20 years, but our anniversary is in August. And I actually put the information down in the description of this video because I don't think that the travel agent shut everything down. I think there's a few rooms left. So I just put the information down in here. She was texting me, so I just added it in. And what is that? Celebrating a Friday, Saturday, Sunday night cruise with us. That means you would get on the ship Friday, you would get off Monday out of Fort Lauderdale on the celebration reflection,
Celebrity
celebrity
reflection. Yes.
reflection. We're the ones that's celebrating. And it's going to be great. So you get a vacation, you get to hang out with carnivores. There's quite a few carnivores that is on the ship. Frederick and I will be there. We're going to have a good time. That information is down in the description. I am working still on my 30-day plan because I'll say it again. Once for me, the first 30 days are the most important. And if you can have somebody to hang out with you and do with you. So my literature is all being revamped. Um, and so if you haven't received anything from me, I'm doing all new stuff because I created it, but then I hired a professional. Thank God for the professionals, Lord. God knew what he was doing. So we're doing that as well. What's on your plan for eating? I've been doing really well with the lion, honey. I have the downside. of the lion diet. I ate so much day on the 30th, the 31st, the first, second, and third for like 5 days. I was just woofing beef down. I would get out of bed and say, I gotta get another hamburger. I gotta get another. Now, not so much. I didn't eat enough yesterday. I don't. I had one hamburger and I had a handful of steak bites. That was it. And before I knew it, like the day was, it was gone. Today, I did steak bites and I need to on purpose take in some extra beef.
Yeah, I think over the past few days, I've noticed that your appetite has really grown. I've seen you eat more food than I've seen you eat in a long time, you know, uh, and I'm glad, you need to eat and eating what you're eating. I know that you're taking in the proper nutrients that your body is craving right now, and I'm pretty sure that's
Mhm.
what's going on. Your body is craving those
It is.
nutrients,
It
and
is.
even with the reduced stomach, you're still going at it, and that's it's good to see. So I'm glad.
It feels good. And now let me because I think I had said this to you before you left. I said for some reason I feel heavier. Now I know that, and maybe somebody in the audience can help with this. I know that when I was losing, we call it dress sizes, but pant size, whatever you want to call it. But the scale wasn't changing. And then now all of a sudden, the scale didn't change, but then I felt bigger. I felt like my thighs were starting to spread more. I felt like uh, my my hip area, even yeah. And I say, wait a minute, am I shifting and settling again? So I guess your body will continue to kind of do what it do. And now I think that it's shifting again because I'm doing the lion diet for February. And I think that it is shifting and again, for lack of a better word, it is. It's shifting and moving again. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
Mama Cracker said, "Would there be muscles?" Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
not in these thighs.
yeah. I have noticed that you've gotten a little heavier. Um,
But the scale, no, you done got weaker because my scale ain't changed. Now, how you talking about somebody got heavier? Speak for yourself, sir. I'm listening.
nah, I've been pushing up, baby. I've been pushing up. I've been
This what I
pushing
don't
up.
understand. No, yeah, you saying that, but if you can't lift these thighs, that you cannot blame that on me. The scale
Hey,
has not gone
because
up.
hey, I can't bench press 1,000 pounds.
You know what, Joker?
Yeah, I'm just
See,
joking.
and that's I know, and that's one of the
I'm
things
just
too
joking.
that no, doggone well that don't bother me. I love our relationship. I love our communication. Always will say, and I've said this over the years, and so right now I say you add us together, we are 119 years old, and I feel that somebody with that much experience, 119 years, that we can talk and communicate. And I am a jokester. That one I am, and I get tickled at the shots that you fire towards me. Um, yeah, they do. They tickle me because
I don't
yeah.
I don't fire
Now
shots
wait
at
a
you.
minute. Hold on. So do you remember years ago when it looked like I wasn't losing weight? I wasn't doing what needs to be done. I can't answer that right now. I wasn't doing what needed to be done, and I used to tell you when you get taller, I get smaller.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
I
what
didn't
I
got
say?
smaller.
What did I say? Just roll over.
Yeah, but I didn't got smaller.
Uh, Getting tall ain't in the cards, baby. That ain't gonna happen.
Huh?
I don't
Well,
need. I don't
you
need to
got to
be
get
any taller.
stronger then.
I don't
You
need to
got to
get
get
any taller.
stronger. You should be able to pick me up and let me wrap my legs around you, and you walk all around the house.
I will when you get 125. I don't want to strain my lower back. You got to remember now, I'm not getting any younger. I don't want to strain my lower back. So,
It's a bodybuilders. Mama Cracker
yeah,
said
Shayla.
she gonna stick with the muscle. You need to start lifting them little push-ups and that little stuff. You defining muscle, but mm-mm, it needs to be
So,
more. Huh?
yeah, no, I
All
don't,
right.
I don't, I don't need more.
No, you
I don't need
perfect for
more.
me. I gotta say that. Anything you want to add, baby?
No, not really.
Okay, so to let everybody know, once again, I'll be live on the panel with the ladies. I need y'all there, and here's why. We're gonna have a Q&A session um, on that one, and the audience is going to run the show. We're trying something different, so the audience is going to run the show. Okay, look at that dirty dancing move. See, she knew about dirty dancing, the movie. Yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, your girl is turning 60 this year, and hubby, all I know is I'm going down to Miami, and then after 3 days in Miami, I'm getting on the cruise ship, and this will be the first time we're going on Virgin. It's an all adult cruise. That's what I wanted. I mean, I love kids over there. I have them. I have grands, but when I'm celebrating, I just don't want to celebrate with little people. So I'm so happy that we will be on that cruise ship for my birthday, and you just let me know how many outfits that I need, and I'm just going to arrive. Ta-da! I already got a crown that says 60. So I will be walking around like the queen. I got a sash, all of that. Mm-hmm. Oh, get ready.
Y'all pray for me.
Let us pray. Let us pray. I am going to have a really, really, really good time, sir. That I am. Won't nobody be able to pop my bubble. Just none of that. And let me tell you why. It's I was excited to turn 50. That I was. I was losing a little weight. I had prior to that had the gastric sleeve. So that was like 11 years ago or something like that. And but it's nothing like turning 60. And I think I would have been excited about turning 60, but it's the fact that I feel like I'm 33 and I'm turning 60. Yeah. And then if I get down to my 125, which is my goal, if I, if I make it, I make it. If I don't, this is not a sprint for me. This is a marathon. I am a carnivore for life. Um, And I can confidently say that because of the health benefits that my body is experiencing, and then the health benefits that I see in regards to Frederick. So there is no, oh, I think Frederick is that way. You this way?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah, because I got my thing mirrored. So yeah, I know you're over there. And yeah, that's everything to me. So I'm gonna let you go. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are super excited. We got a lot of things coming down the pipeline. Y'all just hang in there with the Browns. Um, Other than that, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
yep. Have a great rest of your